I think it's an interesting game. I think this is a very, very big game for the Bills because if you win, it's fantastic. You're 2-1. You're 1-1 in the division. You get through this tough 3-game stretch. The New England game just becomes a loss. You lost to New England. Everybody does it, right? You lose to New England. You lose this game. Now you're 0-2 in the division, feeling a little down about yourself. I like them going down there. I like them winning the game. I do think they're a better team. I will disagree on one thing. I think it's a little too optimistic to take the view you were one score down at the end of the game. They were. And that was strictly because of Belichick's arrogance during that game. But it almost cost him. No, if New England would have done the smart thing and run the football, Bills never would have gotten those chances. I love that Tyrod didn't quit, but Tyrod and the offense were the reason the team was getting pounded in that game. I'm not totally blaming him, but through 3 quarters, they were getting pounded. They were outplayed in that game, overmatched in that game. And Rex said it afterward. Sometimes it's not as good as you think. Sometimes it's not as bad as you think. He said this was as bad as we think. And I think they should approach it that way. They were lucky to be within that one score. It was New England's arrogance that put the Bills there. They know they did not play well. The defense got crushed in that game.
Do it quick.
Crushed.
You want to talk about lucky? Let's talk about lucky. They started, other than the opening drive, their opening drives inside the 35, the Patriots, 3 times. 3 times. You give Brady the ball inside 35, they're going to score 3 touchdowns. That's not going to happen.
Was it some league rule?
But no, but I'm saying that's not going to happen every week. Freak bounces off hands. And by the way, you talk about arrogance. People are saying they ran up the score because Rex was talking the way he was.
Run up the score.
And you know what happened?
They didn't do it.
They almost lost the game.
That's what I said.
Because Rex was talking junk.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. He can't hear me from over here. I'm saying it was Belichick's arrogance and stupidity almost got his quarterback killed.
Okay.
And it hurt them.
But it didn't because his arrogance was the reason the Bills got to fight back in that game because Brady was back to pass when he coughs that ball up, which puts them within a possession with a buck and a half.
The Bills played lousy. They know they played lousy. The defense got embarrassed in that game. And Tyrod got sacked 8 times and threw 3 interceptions. I know they're better than that. They better be better than that because if they're not better than that, they're not beating Miami and they're not going to the playoffs this year. They're a better team than they played. They were lucky to be in that game. They know it. And he even knows it. And
it didn't feel like it was as close as it was at the end.
Sure, but I mean, what win does? What win feels? Listen, I didn't realize what was happening either until we got there and we're within the thing. But those last 4 minutes were the best 4 minutes of football I've really watched all season. Any game I could see. Buffalo furiously fighting back. The Patriots still trying to maintain arrogance, yet knowing that this game was slipping out of their hands. I enjoyed it. I had fun.
I've never understood why Belichick leaves Brady in all the time.
Yeah.
He leaves him in way too long, no matter the situation, and I'm just waiting for it to come back and cost him.
You're right. Not only did he leave him in the game, no backs in there. They're snapping the ball with 16 seconds on the clock, 0 backfield. He got crushed when he fumbled that ball. Easily could have been a play. He got hurt. Arrogance on Belichick's part because he was trying to. To the Bills' credit, they didn't let him run it up. I mean, they didn't just sit back and they kept fighting, but they played lousy up until that point.